The state of identification is a state of outwardness where we are blinded by what we are aware of, neglecting the very fact that there is awareness of it. Awareness is prior to, subtler than, the mind and the physical. It is the place from where the mind and the physical phenomena are being seen. So this completely gets rid of the question of trying to get to awareness, when you have to just acknowledge the very fact that the physical and the mental is being known by the very awareness which we are, as a body and mind, trying to get to. Believing ourselves to be form, we try to get to the formless, or we try to find the formless. It can never happen. The formless is not somewhere on the other side of form. The formless is not somewhere you have to find. All form is permeated by the formless. Directions, time, space only applies to the mental and the physical. But all of the mental and the physical is permeated by the formless. I can point to the objects in the space of this room. Over there is a chair, over here is a desk, over here is a computer, over there is a window. Directions only point or only apply to the objects I'm pointing to. All the objects of this room are permeated by the space. And anywhere I point to an object, I'm also pointing to the space. Which is why you cannot find I am by looking in the physical or the mental. This is why also we are asked to let go of thought. You're not going to think your way into it. The very thinking is happening in the space of I am. I am permeates every thought. Without the I am, without presence, there would be no knowledge of thought. Thought would not exist. That's why in self-inquiry meditation, it is about noticing the place from where you see. It is about noticing the very fact of seeing, because whatever you see is already seen. So we may say, oh my God, I really am trying the hard in this meditation, but I'm having so many thoughts. But you can only have so many thoughts because there's awareness of it. So this is really good news. You don't have to create anything. You don't have to do anything. Let the very incessant, turbulent thought activity point you to the very fact that there's awareness of it. Because the moment you acknowledge the awareness from where those thoughts are seen, you are in touch with the formless. You have become the formless. You are always the formless, but in that moment, you actually notice your formless nature. Not as a mental affirmation, oh, I am formless. It is not something to state mentally. The mind may state, I am the formless, but even that thought is a form being witnessed to arise by the formless. How beautiful. And no matter how much of a beginner you feel you are at this, just try to have a fresh approach with it. That's the beauty of meditation. Experience doesn't matter. And here and now, all your experience or lack of experience goes out the window. It's all conceptual, story-based. What experience does the now have? The now, which is the very presence, the very space in which mental and physical both dance, appearing, disappearing, appearing, disappearing. The now, which is you, which is your being, your presence. It is an empty slate, no story, no belief. Everything we believe and everything we think we are is only encapsulated in the mental and physical. Everything we take to be real, true, solid, valuable, important, is only in the mental and physical. But neither the mental or the physical can be without the presence in which they appear, without the awareness in which they are known. Meditation is about learning to recognize that which is most essential, most true, because the mental and the physical, although they appear to be reality, they are constantly changing, impermanent, being perceived by that which is not changing. You are that which is not changing. That's your direct experience of yourself. You never change. If you say, oh no, I change so much in my life, you're only referring to the mind and body. You're only referring to the mental and the physical appearances that you take to yourself because that's what you've been told and that's what you have believed. So this is about letting go for the moment, everything you have taken to be true. That's just our conditioning. And there's nothing wrong with the conditioning, but it is conditioning. What we are trying to find in meditation is ever present here and now. In the very sound that you hear, in the very objects you see, in the very thoughts that are known, in the very feelings which are being felt and seen also. Don't look for it anywhere else. Look for it so intimately here and now. Seek the now, if anything. The formless, although it cannot be found as an object in our experience, it is our very own being. So instead of trying to find an object, take a moment to notice your very own existence. There's nothing complicated about it. It's not an advanced technique. It's just a simple noticing. I am. I exist. Notice our habit is once again becoming immersed in what we are aware of. Thoughts. Thoughts are the most compelling. Which is why here and now, stop taking thoughts to be important or valuable. Have no interest in the content of thinking. No desire to pursue thinking. Knowing it to be of no value in this quest. In your experience, there are physical objects, which are what you perceive through the sense perceptions. There are mental objects, thought, emotion, sensation, and then there is formless being. Most intimate, most true. You are not what the eyes perceive. You are not what the ears hear. You're not what the tongue tastes, the nose smells, or the skin touches. You are not the body that is appearing as a bundle of sensations. You are not the thinking which is trying to decipher this or is threatened by this. You are not any feeling, yet you are. Being has no name, no shape, no story, no experience, yet it is. It's not the person's being. You are not the person that is at the center of your experience. Stop taking yourself to be what is appearing before you. The person is a dream in which your being is reflecting. The person is the content. It's like a movie playing in the light emanating from you. Notice your being, your nowness, your I amness. You have to sacrifice thinking of yourself. Thinking continues to keep us in a state of outwardness, believing ourself to be form. Thinking is a state of I am this, I am that. It has to be relaxed away from. It has to be lost belief in. The moment you let go of thinking about yourself, the moment you let go of taking thought to be what you are, you're already here and now. Thinking is what constantly keeps creating time, space, progression, personality, past, future. Step out of it, and you are here already. When you step into now, when you acknowledge the now, when you notice your being, and then you feel something is trying to get deeper into it or trying to stay there or trying to derive some benefit from it, that is also just the mind, which is perceived by the now, by you. Lose belief in it. Lose sense of investment in it. It's not you or yours. Just let it go. You are not the mind for whom there is a benefit to derive from this. You are transcendent of such notions of gain and loss. Gain and loss apply only to the physical and the mental, which are not me nor mine. To keep identifying with the physical or the mental is a recipe for suffering, endless, endless suffering. Begin to notice your real being, which is subtler than prior to, more essential and real than the physical and the mental. And we begin to find an inner stability which we have never known because we were only occupied with the physical and the mental. Believing ourselves to be the body-mind, we keep chasing after physical and mental pleasures and riches. They're all fleeting. They're all impermanent. As all the great sages and teachers have told us, they are of no real value. They all pass. They are impermanent. Just an appearance on the screen. Same with the dream you had last night, which appeared in your seeing also, which had its whole dream body, dream world, dream people, dream places, all seeming so real, true, important. But the moment it vanishes, it's like it never existed. It was only an appearance. Yet the fact that it appeared cannot be doubted. So if we are trying to discern real from unreal, truth from appearance, we have to discern that which does not appear or disappear, that which witnesses the coming and going of what appears. The physical and the mental are both appearances, very real and important for the person, which is also a physical and mental appearance. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what makes life as we know it possible. But start to see both the physical and the mental as impermanent, changeful appearances, including the one that finds them to be valuable and important and true. Even that is a physical and mental apparent entity. It's also just an appearance being witnessed by you, that which does not come and go. How much effort are you making to be the perceiver of experience, to be the self which knows the appearance and disappearance of phenomena? We can't even try not to be aware, for it is our nature. It's not something I do. Doing only applies to the body. Thinking and efforting only applies to the mind. Both the body and mind I perceive without any effort. You are already that which you seek. Don't try to find it anymore. Just be. And lose your investment in all notions of progress, journey, motivity, gain. All those only apply to the body and mind. Let them play with it. Don't for a second think that any of those things apply to you. And lastly, knowing yourself to be the changeless perceiver of all the physical and the mental, never fear, never worry. To fear is to be a person that has something to lose or gain. To worry is to be the mind which is invested in the physical and the mental, once again for some gain. Let there be fear in the body, worry in the mind. You are the perceiver of both experiences. In the midst of fear and worry, notice your own formless, motiveless being. How incredible.